Let's go, baby. How are you? Happy Thursday. Day 11, baby. We are sober. We are sober. Ah, fuck. One more day. One more day. We did fucking amazing. We got the Uber. We got the Uber app on. See if we can pick up any. I got a request for a package. People are ordering McDonald's and they're putting it like a package. It says where you're picking up. $3.50. You think I'm gonna leave my house, get in my car, pick up a package, and deliver it to you for $3.56? You know what? I could have just walked to the McDonald's, get some exercise. I'm not gonna fucking get in my car and deliver that shit. Ridiculous. I haven't done Uber in what, 5, 6 years. I don't fucking miss it at all. I just turned it on because I said, you know what? Let's see what happens. Trash. 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 That's what it fucking happens. Happy Thursday. I should have cracked my back before I got here. I should have cracked my back like I usually do. I messed up. I didn't crack my back. It's gonna be uncomfortable. Oh fuck! I can feel it. It is what it is. It is what it is. How you doing? I'm headed to the city of Corona. Corona. Are we gonna drink Coronas in Corona? I think it's a must. My tia says she's grateful. She says, "Oh my God, thank you for going." And I said, "Tia, it's okay. I want to go visit my uncle. He's if he doesn't come to me, I go to them. It's been so many years that my aunt says, "Hey, why don't you come down to Corona?" What the fuck? What? There's nothing to do in Corona. There's nothing to. But tomorrow, special day. Everybody's there. We're gonna go visit. She usually comes down this way. I have an aunt who, for some reason, is afraid of driving on the freeways. She takes every side street. Brother, imagine taking side street all the way from Corona to North Hollywood, Burbank, this area. Yeah, I can't think of. I think I did side streets all the way from Disneyland to Staples Center, and it wasn't bad. I've done it before. When I did Uber, trust me, I if I saw the freeway that was jam packed, side streets, I knew my way around. I If the map showed me exactly where to go, I would take my own routes and I would get there faster because I knew where to go. I knew how to navigate. I mean, I can't say I still do, but then again, north, east, and west, right? If you're traveling north from south, you're not gonna go back south to travel east or west. There's no absolutely fucking no. There's no sense in that. Can you go west to then go north? Can you go east to then go north? You can, right? To divert or converge, if you will. It's easy. Fucking navigating a map is. I don't know why. Back in 2000, whatever year it was when I first started driving in the United States, why was it so fucking difficult of north, south, east, west? Like, what the fuck? I live now. I already know. I live. If I travel south, I gotta go back north. Right? Easy. I don't have to use any more MapQuest. What is it? MapQuest? Who the fuck uses MapQuest? You don't have to use a Yahoo Maps. What the fuck is that we use? Google Maps or Apple Maps or whatever the fuck it is. Do I leave it on just to see a sense of a navigation? Absolutely. Sometimes it shows you places where it's dead lock or dead end traffic, and you find an alternative. Tomorrow I leave my office, Burbank, which is right next to IKEA, and I travel 5 south to the 110. I have the express lane, the Metro Express Lane transponder. I can use the the express lane 110 105. It drops me exactly on 105, 4 miles, 6 miles away from LAX, and I'm going straight to Terminal One. Easy. Come back. What is it? The 105 to the 605, and I end up in Corona with the 91. I think it is 91 to the 71. I think it is. Easy shit. So we're doing that tomorrow. I gotta remind myself to take the laptop, put it in my laptop bag. I don't think I've ever shown you my laptop bag. Oh no, I have shown everybody my laptop bag, my Heineken laptop bag. I'm taking the laptop. I'm taking the speaker, and I'm taking the 6 bottles, baby. I'm gonna put them in the freezer in my at my job. I don't think it's gonna make a fucking difference because I'm. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I have a cooler bag. I can put them in there while traveling, so it'll keep cold. Yo, Daniel. You know what? I did try cheddar brats. I tried those one time, and I think they're fucking amazing, brother. Bratwurst, the cheddar bratwurst. I think I tried that one time. I just think they are better to be done on a grill or even a toaster oven, but not on the skillet. On the skillet, I don't know. Like there's something there that doesn't. The spicy Italian sausages. You should try kielbasa, bro. Kielbasa. I love kielbasa, or even the Portuguese linguiça con frijoles, arroz, brother. Jesus, it is the perfect marriage. You do. You know how sometimes you can cut straight coins, but I rather do slanted cuts so they become elongated, right? Not monedas. You know how you cut straight, right? But if you cut it slanted, they become longer, and I think it's a better it's a better mouthful. I know it has a name. I know everything has a name, but I don't read cookbooks. I think I do. I think I pretty much do everything by by inertia. I don't know. I remember seeing my mom cook, and she never opened a fucking cookbook. I mean, when I bake, of course, I open a cookbook, right? Everything comes with the explanation or directions of ingredients and shift this and mix that, and but other than that, rather, I think everything else is. I don't know. Do we come with a chip that says just add water? Just add water. I don't. Yo, Sharkies! Sharkies in the fucking house. Sharkies, how the fuck are you doing, man? You've been MIA, bro. How did I manage 11 days? He said, been busy, dude. You've been busy for the past 2 years. What the fuck, man? I've been sober for 11 days. Brother, the Heineken stock market is falling. It has been dropping. It has been dropping. 29 days? Tomorrow's my last day, brother. Tomorrow I will get fucking shit faced. I did it because I wanted to do it. I did it because I know I can. And I want to prove myself that I am not the alcoholic that everybody thinks I am. But then again, it's easier for me to say it than for you to believe me, because everybody can say, "Yeah, this fucker stays sober for this long. Once he gets off the camera, he's gonna go fucking get shit faced." No, you know my mo, brother. There's no reason for me to lie. There's no reason. You think I would spend all afternoon, come on at 10? Intrepid? I don't know. Is Intrepid banned? I have no. I don't remember. He wanted to say hi too. I don't think Intrepid is banned. Intrepid. Yo, Keith in the fucking house, ladies and gentlemen. How do I find my blocked accounts? I don't know. Community, activity, followers list, content, settings. Yeah, I can't go through all this shit right now, brother. I have no idea. If he is, I don't know why he would be. How you doing, Keith in the fucking house, ladies and gentlemen? 11 days, bro. 29 days. You have 21 days of no drinking. I don't have to ask why. I'm doing it because I think I can. Right? Some people do it because they're tired of, feeling was going too heavy. Yeah, sometimes people feel like, yeah, I should stop this shit. I'm drinking too much. I am moving on to heavier liquor. I am blacking out I'm blacking out way too much. I had problems with the authorities, right? I lost my job, I got a DUI, or whatever, or let's try to avoid the DUI, let's try to avoid the conflict with the police, right? You probably feel better than me. No, I mean I like drinking, brother. I like the feeling of feeling buzzed and having a conversation, but I like this feeling too. But I would prefer having a cold one in my fucking hand and still being the same guy. Had real bad withdrawals. Seizing. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Now, Sharkies, I can only think that if you ended up seizing, I don't think it was because of the alcohol, but it was the alcohol along with something else. Because alcohol alone, I don't think I I've I've appreciated every level of drunkenness that you can imagine. Have I passed out? Have I knocked out? Have I fallen? Have I tripped? Have I blacked out? You know what I mean? Oh, when you stop drinking. Oh, so wait, so that means you were drinking hard liquor. You said IPAs. Listen, I'm not making fun of you. I All I can probably think is you are young. You are way too young, and I'm glad you caught yourself. I've been drinking for shit. I don't know, 30 years. I've stopped cold turkey, and nothing has happened to me. Now I can only give you my testament or my testimony that I started jogging 24 years ago. Did I ever stop? Did I ever stop drinking or consuming alcohol at any given point? I did. The first time I ever dropped 40 pounds in the first month, I stopped everything. I stopped sodas, I stopped alcohol, I stopped carbs. I did 30 days, brother. 30 days. 6 to 10 miles a day on the treadmill, and I dropped 40 pounds the first month drastically, right? Now, after that, I started drinking again. The food intake, less, less this, less that. Then I said, you know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna eat anything I want, everything that I want. Not that I can, but I always drank. Sometimes out of moderation, most of the times in moderation. Right? Let's not go over a 12 pack. Let's not go over 18. I don't think I've ever gone over 24. But at the same time, the activity the following day has always been present. I have never stopped doing the exercise thing. So, do I poison myself by intaking it? Yeah, but I'm having fun doing it. Now, again, the same way I like to drink, the same way I like to go out there and exude and sweat the toxins out. So I think staying active is by far necessary for you to prevent the the seizing, right? Seizures and withdrawals. Because yesterday I was thinking, I felt like I was fucking dragging bricks, like a ton of bricks. But it's only because I have been consuming less carbs, right? Less bread, less starches. I'm doing a little bit more, a little bit less of this, less of that. And mind you, There are carbs in beer, right? 3 to 4 carbs per beer, and I drink 10 beers a day, right? So now, if you take those away, and I've been active for the past 12 days, 11, 4 or 5 miles a day, right? Of course, your body's going to feel like, okay, we have depleted the carbs. Now we're going after the fat because we need the energy, and that's where you hit that plateau. Well, you don't hit the plateau. You actually go into faster metabolism. That's why I also enjoy adding spice to my food because your metabolism actually starts speeding up in a faster pace. So today, I actually ran faster than I did yesterday. Even though at the end of my run, I almost felt like, you know what, I feel like I felt yesterday, but it was more of a controlled breathing. I wasn't as like, fucking hey, how long do I have? And I run the same distance every day, but yesterday it felt like it was longer than it did today. But that's the factor. Stay active, continue to stay active. It doesn't matter how much you drink. It only matters how active you stay. Maintain the activity, and guess what? Keep drinking, keep having fun. In moderation, of course. I don't want you to fucking drink yourself to oblivion and then you won't be able to get up and right? No. Yeah, delirium tremens, brother. Delirium tremens is where you just there's that there's that particular mentality that you want to stay, you want to maintain the buzz, or just stay drunk for the longest, so that therefore you go for the stronger alcohols, right? I had an uncle, or actually my grandma's brother, tío abuelo, step uncle. What do you call that? How do you say that in English? Tío abuelo, grandpa. Daniel, Daniel. No, they do add flavor. They add steak one, the A1 steak sauce. They do add flavor. Can I get the A1, please? Now, I had a tío abuelo, my grandma's brother. He got to a fucking level where he would buy the little. See, in Honduras they sell these little bottles of alcohol, not because it's liquor, but it's rubbing alcohol, right? It's like the travel size. If kids get cut at school, or you want to have a small bottle at home, nothing bigger than you should, then you get some. You get a cotton ball, and then you swab, you clean the cut, whatever it is. My uncle started buying the little bottles, and he would start drinking these, dude, pure fucking rubbing alcohol. So rubbing alcohol for some reason burns your iris. So my uncle's iris, they turned blue with a white kind of, like a curtain, like glaucoma. So he went blind just because he wanted to fucking stay drunk all day every day. Dude, if you saw him walking home, he knew the route. And every time I don't know why, I always like talking to my tío from a distance. Tío, and he would always pay attention to who the fuck where the voice was coming from, and he would always recognize my voice. Oscarito, hola tío, cómo está? Oscarito, venga, regáleme 5 lempiras, regáleme 2 lempiras. Like back in the day, my dad would give me, 1 lempira or 2 lempira, whatever the currency down in Honduras was. With 1 lempira, I don't know how much damage you can do. I think you could buy like 3 sodas, right? We call them refrescos down in Honduras. Nobody calls sodas sodas. Sodas is a fucking soda water, right? We call them refrescos. I think you could buy back in the day. This is back in like in 80, 81. No, yeah, 81. I was like 6 years old. Oscarito, venga, regáleme dos lempiras. No, he wouldn't fucking strain shit, brother. He would drink it straight out the bottle, and then he would take the he would take the they call it pop. They call it pop. Yeah, exactly. Soda pop. Yeah. Oh, pop. Uh, JT calls it something else. He calls it. I think it is pop. Yeah, he says pop. So, anyways, oh, he would drink the fucking bottle straight out the bottle, and then he would take the pineapple peels and just I don't know what he would do. Like he would let the top part of the pineapple peel just soothe his palate. I guess I don't know the top part of your mouth, right? The palate. I can't see myself drinking. Although I was tricked one time into drinking rubbing alcohol. I don't know what kind of concoction they gave us, and I took a shot, and I'm like, dude, why would the fuck would you put rubbing alcohol in this shit? Oh, we wanted to know if you were able to drink. I'm like, just dare me, and I would have fucking drank, but don't fucking trick me, dude. You can fucking kill somebody. You know what I mean? I don't know how much you put in there. Next time, just fucking say, hey, I dare you, and I'll do it. Fucking dare me, but just tell me, show me how much you're gonna put in it, right? Fucking asshole. Yeah, I remember drinking that shit. I was like fucking 17, 18 years. I no, probably 17, 16, 17 years old. I remember downing that bottle or that glass, whatever the fuck it was. Not even 5 minutes later, like, what the fuck? Young, young. It's not that we were stupid, brother. It's just that we like to show off, right? Stupid is you growing up and wanting to do the same things that you did when you were younger, but you already know and understand what is bad for you. You don't want to be that hard up again. So my uncle, who I'm gonna go see tomorrow, this is back 25 years ago, right? This is back 25 years ago. I would hang out with my tios, with my uncles, my aunts and uncles, and everybody drove their own cars, right? So we met at this particular place. It was like a restaurant slash bar. We would, you know, gather ourselves, collectively, sit down, table of 15, 20 people, and just start drinking beers. And then at one point, my cousin says, "Hey, Tio, do you know that Oscar could drink two beers at the same time?" And everybody would say, "What? What kind of fucking circus bullshit is this?" And I was like, "Dude, come on, not in front of my fucking uncles, right? I I want to I want to drink with my uncles, but I don't want them to think that I am the fucking the cookie monster of beers. Like, dude, come on, don't right? Let's keep some secrets out of the grown-ups." My uncles would say, yeah, I don't think you can do that. I'm like, what? Are you fucking daring me? He's like, yeah, I never seen anybody do that. I don't think you can do that. don't fucking threaten me with a good time, bitch. So then I would take two bottles, two long necks, right, and finish it. They were like, what the fuck? Yeah, now you see everybody doing it on TikTok, but half the people that do it, half the beer fucking ends up on their shirts. No, I would drink both bottles. Is it time to come to make a comeback on TikTok? Is it time? Imagine if we had cameras back when we did our crazy shit. Right? I'm 50 years old. Do I still want to do what I did 25 years ago? I'm still doing it, right? I'm still having fun with what I like having fun to, but I don't go to the extremes anymore, right? I don't stay out till 2 or 3 in the morning. No, 11 o'clock, 12. I'm already home. If I can drink another one, right? Broadcasting 12:30, 1 a.m. I'm like, hey, you know what? I need 4 hours sleep. I gotta go. Bye. I wake up early, 5:36, and I'm ready to go. I I feel like drinking right now, but you know what? Just a few more hours. 12 days, right? Even if I wanted to drink, I don't have I mean I do have a bottle of margarita. I have 6 bottles out of the fridge and I have one in the fridge. Because you need to have something in the fridge to control yourself. That bottle is controlling my mindset. Because if I didn't have anything, I was like, yeah, there's nothing fucking cold anyways. But I know there's a PBR tall can and one of these. Have I been thinking about it? I'm like, you know what? No, tomorrow. And then today is tomorrow, right? And I'm thinking maybe I should just fucking drink one. But what is one? One is not gonna do anything. But then again, you don't want to get fucked. My mindset is why drink one when you can drink two tomorrow? Yeah, but I got the bottle to chase it. Yeah, but the bottle's not there for you to drink. I'm talking to myself, like the bottle's just there to keep you in the presence of yourself. Like, don't, that is not your bottle, even though it is. You're going to put that in the bag and take it. Anyways, I don't know how you're, I don't know how you trick yourself, but that's the way I trick myself by giving myself the, what is that? We're not spring chickens anymore, exactly. What is that treatment? I want to give myself the, I know there's a word for that. My Rolodex is not working again. What happens when you stop drinking? You start forgetting your words. You start forgetting will, your strong will. You have to have that strong will, or just will. Period. Willpower. We all have willpower. Am I stronger than you? No. We are all built the same. Some people like to crumble faster, right? Some people don't even crumble at all. Drinking a gallon of water a day? No. I drink 2 cups of coffee in the morning from 8 to 12. 8 to 8:30, I finish my first cup. Maybe by 10, 11, I'm having my second cup of coffee. Right, 16 and 16. That's 32 ounces. If anything, I jog with one of these. I jog with a 16-ounce bottle of water, and I don't even drink 3/4 of it. I just try to mouthwash every time I stop, so I can get rid of that cotton mouth. Because sometimes we tend to. Well, I don't breathe through my mouth. I inhale through my nose and I exhale through my mouth. Sometimes I do get that cotton mouth type feeling. You know when you're jogging and You know how when you see the football players running around and they get the spitting. Why does that happen? And I know it's not lack of water because you can drink a bottle of water before you leave to your for your jog, and you'll still get that cotton mouth feeling. So I just like to mouthwash, spit it out, and keep jogging. Today was one of the hottest days that I have gone out to jog. If it was 90 back in the day, but I was of course 175, 180, it didn't affect me as much. Today was 82. Today was what, 82. But of course I'm 200 pounds. I should be at least 180, 175. I get sick if I don't drink too much. If I don't drink too much water. No, I I think I prefer drinking flavored water more than water alone. Because water tastes like fucking basin water. I don't know. I don't like water. I always like to add something to my water. A squeeze of lemon, right? Give it some flavor. Look, I've had this bottle of water sitting here for I don't know how long. Am I going to drink it? Yeah, eventually. Tomorrow, I am headed to Corona, and I am taking my cigars with me. My cousin has a pool area that I am pretty sure we are going to be able, or at least I would be able to spark this puppy up. I changed I changed the water thing over here. What I have noticed after COVID, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, after COVID, I'm not vaccinated. I don't think it makes a difference whether you are or if you aren't. But sometimes when I'm eating, for some reason, the esophagus loses secretion. Like it becomes too dry. And I can swallow, but it feels like the fucking food is stuck. Has that ever happened to you? And I'm eating and I'm like, I can breathe, but it feels like the food is stuck and I can't go down. So I take another bite and I'm like, if I bite, if I swallow more food, it'll push the food. Sometimes it makes it worse. Like, holy fuck. It's about time you smoke them stogies, right? But see, I could have been smoking them, but when you light one up, you have to consume it in its entirety, right? Fuck that shit where you're gonna throw away half of the fucking stogie. I don't want to do that. So that's why I've been waiting for a time and a place where I can just snip the back and enjoy it in its entirety, not by episodes. Not, oh, let me turn it off because I gotta go back in. Let me turn. No, fuck all that. So, anyways, COVID has left me with that. And maybe it isn't COVID, but I feel like it is because I've never had that before. Ever since COVID, even the nasal secretions, the mucous membranes, like it's like nonstop. I never had that problem before. I think I contracted COVID. Did you guys count with me? Was it 3 or 4 times? But then again, it was a fucking cold, right? This is coronavirus has been around for how long? right? It's just a fucking different strain. So every time I would test myself, I got coronavirus. Like fuck, here we go again, 3, 4 times, and I never stopped. Right? I never stayed home. I was always jogging. People are like, yeah, super spreader. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm out in the open. Who am I infecting here? Am I infecting the fucking plants? Am I infecting the fucking light poles? The bus stops? I'm jogging by myself. There's nobody around me. Right? People are super spreader. Like, shut the fuck up. Right? People are just fucking idiots. I will not stay home even if I'm sick. Have you ever? The only time I cannot get up because I am right. There's always that sickness that takes you down, and you're like, fuck. Let me wrap myself in my cobija and let me put Vicks on my chest like Grandma taught me, and then you sweat it out. The minute you get up, you feel a little bit better. You're like, fuck it, I'm out. I'm out. You know it's true. And I have I can this testimony. I don't know if you've ever tried. Oh my god, I forgot the fucking name. Yes, the little powder that goes in Theraflu. Theraflu. If you have ever used Theraflu, you know that Theraflu picks you up and it takes care of you like your fucking grandma did. I can take Theraflu the day of me feeling right down and sweaty, and you know how you get the damp like the shivers. You can take that the previous night. The following morning, you're gonna wake up like, holy fuck, this is a miracle fucking powder. And then you start jogging. Let me sweat this fucker out. Yeah, like a bad hangover, or like a good hangover. See, the good hangovers are the ones I sweat. I haven't had one of those days where you have the bad hangover, like you don't want to do anything. I think I drink more on a Friday than I do a Saturday. It all depends what I'm doing and where I'm at. But for the most part, I think Fridays I go harder. Saturdays, you know what? I used to go harder on Saturdays only when I didn't have to go to brunch on Sunday. For like the first 7 years, my son was 7, 8. I think my son was 8 or 9 when the pandemic hit, and we used to go to brunch every Sunday, every Sunday, every Sunday since he was 11 months old. Every Sunday we were there. Now we don't do that. Now he's grown up and he goes to church, and he sometimes he has time, sometimes he doesn't, and I don't ever tell him, yeah, you're gonna miss out, or we're not gonna do this because you couldn't do this with me. No, listen, we grow up, we right, we start looking for our independence, if you will. He's a ninth grader, gets out of school at 3:30. He goes straight to the gym. He does his 2.5 hour workout. He's home by 7. The only time that I pick him up is when he asks me to go fetch him because it's raining or the bus is going to take a little bit longer. And I'm like, yeah, I'll go pick you up. But that's what I'm saying. There comes a time where kids outgrow themselves and they just want to do whatever the hell they want to do, and I'm fine with that. And of course, the older the child gets, like how he, and I'm going to tell you the difference of how he used to eat to how he eats now. Even though he burns more calories today than he used to before, he used to be a voracious eater. Like, dude, he would eat almost just. I mean, I can't compare him to the mounds of food that I can eat, but he would eat, and I would look at him like, dude, he's like a fucking 9-year old eating like a 15, 16-year old. Now that he's 15, 16, he's like, yeah, I'm full, and I'm thinking, dude, you just ate probably a third of what you used to eat before. But of course, I can't get mad at him. No, let me tell you this much: the older the child gets, the more expensive it gets to go different places. Because remember, buffets, right? Brunch on Sunday. I think it's $54 per adult, right? 13 years old and above, $54 per adult, plus 18% service charge and whatever. I think it comes out to like $74 per person. And mind you, I don't care about that, right? But I do care that he gets up once and he says, yeah, I'm done. I can't look at him and say, do you know how much are they going to fucking. But you know what? I have never done that. And I think that you always reap what you sow. Because I can tell you that every single time that we've gone to that restaurant, not once has my server charged me for my son. I don't know if she pays attention to how much he eats because he's very meticulous about what he eats and how much he eats. Because every single time that I've gone, it was it took me like it took me like a year to find the best server in the house in the restaurant. I would sit with this one guy, mediocre. Sit with that, mediocre. Sit with this one guy, fucking bullshit. When I sat with Mimi and Mimi gave us the attention, kids change as they grow and go through life, and so do we, by all means, right? So I know at my age, I'm also growing in wisdom, if you will, right? But not only in that, in respect to the eating habits, right? There's things that I want to eat more of. Like I want to eat more shrimp, I want to eat more crab, I want to eat this, I want to eat that. I want to do more. I don't want to do the pastries like I used to before, right? I still do the. I still grab my fucking plate of bacon and I drizzle that fucker with chocolate. Chocolate drizzled bacon is like you can't go wrong with that. It's like I know everybody looks at me like, dude, what are you fucking doing? I said, have you tried before you judge me? Try chocolate covered bacon and champagne. Chef's kiss, baby. Chef's kiss. Fucking the hidden talents of the Heineken man. The hidden talents. So I don't know if she notices how much how much he eats or how much he pecks on his food, and she's, honey, I take care of you. Honey, I take care of you. So now that he's 15, at 13, they would charge me, I don't know, $34 for him, right? She would get $40 tip, right? There's never been a time that I don't give her exactly that tip. I said thank you, right? She did me a favor. I gotta do her the favor. Yeah, Mimi's the best. Mimi is the best. The one time do you ever watch that movie As Good as It Gets, where Jack Nicholson is that one guy who has OCD and he can only eat at certain places or do certain things because that person is there and he has his utensils and he doesn't want anybody else's utensils but his, and right, the OCD kicks in. And I think humans, we are all creatures of habit, right? But then again, doctors call it OCD. I think we're all OCD we all have different levels of OCD. And I have that level. I know I have that. I do know that I have that. I do know that I have it. But it doesn't affect me as much. Like I can walk over, some people can't, they got to look down and see what they don't want to step on cracks. I can care less. I can step on cracks. I am not that OCD. I'm not that controlling of my shit. I'm gonna feel like I can't do that. It doesn't bother me. Now, going to a restaurant, knowing that I visited the establishment, knowing that I made communication connection with the server, not because oh my god she looks fucking great, she has a great, no, no, no. Let's leave sex alone. Let's leave sex out of the equation. Did you get great service? Did you get right? Did you get everything that you needed, that you wanted, because that person gave you exactly how they were trained, right? Properly. Everything. She deserves the best fucking tip. So guess what? I found her and the best. So we show up. One day I show up with my kid and they tell me, yeah, Mimi is sick. She's not here. So I look at my son. I said, Mimi's not here. Do you want to stay or do you want to go? My son says, it's okay, Papi. We can go. And I felt so good for him knowing that I would fucking feel, right? And I'm thinking, oh, okay, fuck, let's go. So we left. And she came back. I went back and I talked to her and I said, you know what? I found out that you weren't here the other day and I took off. She says, no, honey, you got to give somebody else a chance. I said, no, I don't want to give anybody else a chance. I don't want to give myself, I don't want to give myself the, the shock of my life. Like, oh, let me give you a chance. And then it all goes to shit. I said, I don't want false hopes. So it happened to me again. But this time it was Doug, Roxana, the kids, myself, and my kid. So this is all of us. And they tell me, you know what? Mimi's not here. And I look at the guys and I'm like, and I told the manager, I said, can you do me a favor? Can you direct me to the next best person available? Mimi makes me fucking feel amazing. I said, can you direct me to the next person that will make me feel the same way that you know that this guy is, or him or her? The guy says, yes, we're gonna sit you with Izzy. And I'm like, Izzy, okay, all right, I like it. We sit down. Izzy shows up, right? Not as amicable as I thought he would be. So Izzy, and I look at him, Ezequiel. Dice, hey, ¿cómo está? Mucho gusto. Dice, ¿cómo sabes? I don't know, it's just common sense, like easy. Nobody knows how to say Ezekiel or Ezequiel. So easy is the easiest way, right? So easy that I remember has never worked brunch. He always works dinners or lunches and dinners, but never brunch. So I never seen the guy. I never met the guy. But according to the manager, he says this is the best guy in the house. Okay. Is he non-existent? He was fucking mingling with his fucking buddies. Like, yeah, I haven't seen you, and I can hear him fucking. And I'm thinking, fucker, where's my mimosa? Where's my fucking champagne? Where are you coming? Mimi would do her rounds and say, are you guys okay? You need anything? Whatever. Mimi, we're good. Thank you for checking up on us. This guy, we gotta be fucking calling somebody. Hey Miguel, where the fuck is Izzy? Can you get a hold of this guy? He said, I heard you guys were calling me. Yeah, I said we shouldn't be calling you, bro. Like what, you're like you're absent. The bill comes. I always like to do certain things on my bill. Like if it's I don't know. Let's say it's 35.75. I would do 14.25, right? Let me round it up to a whole number. Let's round it up to a even 50, or round it up to an even 75, or even 80, whatever it is. So that day I'm like, you know what? I would leave Mimi a $34 tip. He's gonna get $15 tip, and I put zeros. It's always zeros, right? You got to do the math in your head, and you do this. You add the 1430 or 3430, right? 1570. You add whatever, and I know what I did. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever, I check my balance, and I see that transaction on my smokehouse bill, and I'm like, wait a minute, why is there a five at the end? I never left a five. It's a zero. Hmm. I said, I hope this motherfucker didn't change my 10 to a 15. Yeah, I think I left him 10. I said, fuck that guy. And I went back to the manager and I said, Manny. I said, Manny, remember that one guy that you said last week that it was the fucking best? Is he? No. He ended up not being right. You threw a parade for him, and fluke. Not only is he a fluke, but he's also a fucking thief. He says, "What do you mean, dude? What thief?" He said, "Yeah, those are fucking harsh words." I said, "If this happens anywhere else, I'm gonna give you my receipt because I always write. I copy what I wrote on the customer copy, on the merchant copy. I know what I left him as a tip, and he changed that tip. I'm not gonna tell you how to do your job, but if anybody ever is found changing tips, that is called stealing. That calls for immediate termination." So I said, I'm going to give you a copy of my receipt. Look for your receipt. It does not match. That motherfucker, I don't want to see him. I don't want to talk to him. I hope he doesn't come to my table and says, "Hey, how was it?" I'm going to fucking tell him off. Don't have him approach my table. So my son and I were having brunch, and Mimi's there. And I said, "Mimi, can I get the check?" So she comes over. She says, "No, honey. Manny says it's okay. He says he'll take care of you." And I said, "Mimi, are you aware of what happened with Manny?" I tipped Domino's Pizza driver $50 one time, and I think he shit his branch. I will come on a thief. Yo, Robert. So I said, Mimi, do you know what happened? She says, no, no, no. Manny didn't tell me. I said, Izzy was here last week. You weren't here. Izzy took care of me. Izzy is a fucking thief. He changed the tip amount. She says, no. I said, yeah, he's a motherfucker. He says, no, honey, Manny took care of you. I said, no, 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 no. You can't take care of me like that. I want to leave you a tip. Just because that guy fucked up, I'm not gonna fuck you over either. I kid you not. She gave me a receipt for 10 cents. She gave me a receipt for 10 cents. She rang up 10 cents. And I think I left her a $60 tip or $50 tip, whatever the fuck it was. She says, honey, you don't have to do that. I said, you always take care of me. That guy last week was the worst ever. Not only was he a bad fucking waiter, a bad server, but he ended up being a fucking thief. So I didn't talk to the guy, right? and and I think he started filling in for other people's vacations. He would show up, but he would never talk to me. And I told Manny, whenever I am on the floor and he's there, please, I don't want to. There's no crossing words, nothing, because I don't want to fucking tell that guy off. You should be fucking fired. I said, Manny, I'm not here to fucking tell you how to do your job, but please don't have him approach my table. So he never did. One day, one of the guys comes in and he says, "Hey, Oscar, you remember Izzy?" I said, "Yeah. What happened with that dick?" He says, "No, it wasn't him. His 21-year-old son was going back home, drunk driving. He ended up going off a fucking bridge and didn't survive to tell the story." And I said, "Dude, that's a fucking sad story." And I'm not saying he deserves it or no, no. I'm just saying, but sometimes bad people, right, do bad, end up doing bad shit, but somebody else pays the price. Is that what happened? I don't know, but I'm thinking that's fucked up, dude. I feel bad for the kid, but I don't feel bad for the fucking asshole, right? I'm thinking, we were all young. We all did stupid shit. We've all been behind the wheel, right? After a couple of drinks, but to end up going off a, a bridge on a freeway, how fast do you have to be going, and how drunk are you? Yeah, that's my story on how Izzy became the public enemy number one. Don't ever change the fucking tips, bro. That's right, Robert. Robert says, "I will come on a thief." I will come on a thief. Fuck that guy, dude. Don't ever fucking do that. That's why I like doing that shit on my receipts. So when I go back and check my statements, right? It was either a five or a zero. Sometimes I do, I don't know, some weird number. Yeah, I know. My fucking brain is completely different than anybody else's. I think everybody's brain is different, especially when it comes to tipping, right? Some people deserve $30. Some people deserve $40. Some people don't deserve even the fucking $5. One time we were at, you don't remind me of my stupid younger days. I got, brother, I got more stupid older days ahead. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I've been warming up for something bigger and stronger. Bigger, stronger. Bring out the Hey Robert, bring out the bong. Remember that day, brother? I I can talk about that day like it was yesterday when Robert brought out that fucking bong for my 49th birthday. Robert ended up puking his fucking lungs out in his room. Charlie was looking at me like judgmental fucking eyes. Don't fucking look at me like that, Charlie. I didn't make your dad smoke that fucking pot. Charlie, that shit was hilarious. 12 days, bitches. We did it. 12 days, no fucking drinking. I know. I still got my Uber. Nothing has nothing has shown up. I I rejected one package. It was $3.54. It wasn't even a package. It was to go pick up an order at McDonald's. Maybe that resets it. I don't know. Oh man. Tomorrow we are headed to Corona, the city of Corona. I think it's 60 miles away from LA. From my job, I'm gonna head 20 miles to LAX, and from LAX we head 60 miles. Wait, where am I going? I'm going south. I'm going southwest, right? Southwest to LAX, and then I come northeast to Corona. I think it's like 60 miles from the airport, but it's freeway miles. 70 miles an hour, you'll be there in 50 minutes. 60 miles an hour, you'll be there in an hour, right? I think everybody drives between 65 and 70 miles an hour. And I think 1 o'clock, I'm gonna pick her. I'm gonna pick my cousin up at between 2 and 2:30. That time is the perfect time, less traffic. But then again, this is the fucking city of angels, brother. You think everybody works the same hours? Absolutely not. Right? My brother was telling me the other day there was a 1 o'clock baseball game. Right, the stadium was fucking packed. And my brother says, "Hey, bro, what the fuck?" He says, "Doesn't anybody?" He says, "It ain't no Vegas." But but you see, people who come from Vegas and start driving in LA, they think there's not going to be as much traffic as there isn't in Vegas. So my brother says, "Dude, why is there so many fucking people at the Dodger game? It's only 1 p.m. My bedtime. I'm about to call it quits. Well, I can go longer, but I'm not drinking. No, I'm not drinking, brother. I can go till 3, 4 in the morning, but I'm not drinking. No, when I'm drinking, yeah, that's my. When I'm drinking, yeah, 12, 1 a.m. pushing it. I'm not drinking, brother. But I still like to sleep the same 12, 5 hours. If I sleep at 12, 5, I'll be up by 4:30, 5 a.m. You know what time when I get that first poke at 4:30 in the morning. First poke. So my brother says, "Don't these fucking people work?" And I'm thinking, dude, do you know how big this fucking city is? Not everybody works a 9 to 5 job. 9 to 5. There's people that work from I don't know 10 to 7. I can't do. I think I did graveyard for a week. I did graveyard for a week down down that way by Universal Studios, Technicolor. The easiest money I have ever made in my life. There was a there was a drop off bin outside of Universal Studios. Well, lower lot. People would put in their movie reels into this little compartment, and I just had to sit there in front of this fucking compartment just to pay attention that nobody came in and stole the fucking movies. That's all I did for a week, brother. It's like what the from 11 to 7. I think it was 10 to 6 in the morning. I forget what it was. I think it was like 2 hours overtime every day. Can you do this from 10 to 7 or 10 to? I forget what time it was. 10 to 8. And I'm like, yeah, why not? Fucking overtime and doing nothing. Psh. The harder times were between 12 and 2 a.m., where it was almost dead. Then from 3 in the morning to 6, everything just started picking up. Like every 10 minutes, every 20 minutes, somebody was coming in. But then there was a thing called the party line back in the day. You would call this number, and there was a party line. Did you ever do that? You would end up meeting people over the phone, say hello. It's like, hey, what's up? How old are you? Where do you live? Yeah, no shit. We're in the same city. You want to come over? What are we doing? What do you look like? Here's my phone. Send me a picture. Right? All that bullshit. Yeah, that was 2001. 2000 and late. 2000 and late. Brother, we did it. 12 days. I'm getting shit faced tomorrow. Well, I don't know if I'm getting that drunk tomorrow. I don't know if I'm still driving back home. I don't think I'm driving back home though. But I will go. I will go visit my uncle in Corona, the city of Corona. I'm picking up my cousin from the airport tomorrow, picking her up, and then we're driving to Corona, and we're getting smashed, baby. You're going to at the Golden Nugget, really, with the sober hose. But Are you still doing your mushrooms and shit? You miss dial phones that hang on the wall. Well, you're going to the Golden Nugget. That is an occasion. Shit, brother. If going out is not an occasion, of course, when you reach my age, you'll understand what I'm saying. Going out is an occasion. Going out, going out is a special occasion, brother. You gotta, you gotta, you gotta do it. I think it was like a week ago. I think it was a week ago before my TikTok got banned. Now I have another TikTok. I was chatting with I was chatting with oh my god, what the fuck, dude? Red's man. J Bomb, J Bomb. We never did hang out with J Bomb. We got to do it sometime this year. Everybody's busy doing their own shit, right? We got you have a new pope. You have, you have a new white pope that hates. I don't know if he hates Trump, but every fucking pope. Who is the fucking pope anyways? Just a fucking guy with a fucking with a with a white drape over his fucking body. Everybody thinks, oh my god, that guy's closer to God than you and I. He's not closer to God than anybody else. He's not closer to God than you, than me. But that's all he does, right? That's all they do. What makes this person holy? Nothing. Who is the person? He got elected by 133 cardinals. Two-thirds of them have to give him his vote. And they only gave it to him because Pope Francis had already appointed him to be his, what do you call that? His assistant, if you will. Like he was the closest anybody else. This Pope is much better from what you're seeing. Yeah, they always go. They always take their fucking political sides. Yeah, these. Look, I can tell you this much: nobody on earth, nobody on earth, not even the fucking Pope. Everybody thinks the Pope has fucking God on speed dial. Like, oh, let me text God. He's gonna fucking send me a reply immediately. Oh shit! Look, $5 includes McDonald's pickup for $5 includes expected tip. Hell no! I'm gonna go from here to the airport for $5. No, no, no. And by all means, I'm not Catholic either. But at the same time, I was baptized when I was 2 years old, 3 years old, in a Catholic church. Why the fuck do they do that to kids? I have no fucking idea. It's all about the social norm, right? The social acceptance of how even girls do their first communion and the bar mitzvah and all that bullshit. Everything is a social show. Church social show. Religion, I like religion. Inshallah, Shabbat Shalom, right? Assalamu alaikum, God bless you, whatever. It doesn't matter what religion, right? And I like religion. Church, what is church? It's people telling you how you should behave. Read the Bible yourself. You are God. We are images of God. Somos imágenes de Dios. But for a fucking guy to sit on a fucking throne and people think, oh my God, he's holy. Can he touch me so I can? If he was holy, you think the Pope himself wouldn't have saved himself from whatever illness he had? Please, spare me the no. And I'm not saying people are. See, we should not be that. Touch me, baby. Touch me. I got colon cancer. Can you stick it in here so I can be cancer free? But see, faith. We should all have faith, but have faith in ourselves, right? He says, "Oh hell no, I can go off on cat." But see, I I can only accentuate the part where it bothers me, where I see people going with the fanaticism. They go crazy with that shit. I'm like, bro, he's just a fucking man. There's no there's no fucking way that you actually believe that this man has God on speed dial. Like God is sending him text messages of we're gonna save Earth together. Like it doesn't work that way. The guy gets I was gonna say the guy gets more boners than I do, but I don't think he does. Right? We probably masturbate the same. I like Asian porn. I don't know what porn he likes. Asian porn. Asian. Asian persuasion, baby. Just a fucking guy. It's a man. Elected by who? By other men. Do I revere? Am I gonna go crazy for the fucking Pope? No. China number one. Now, when it comes to the fanaticism of people, when will we get to hear from the people who were present when Hitler was doing his fucking speeches? 700,000 people at one point. Have you noticed that everybody keeps it hush hush now? National socialism, Asian porn, Asian, China number one. But everybody likes to bring up the part where, right, they play the victim. Oh yeah, my ancestors were slaves. You're like, there's no more slaves. Why are you acting like a slave? There's no more slave. There's no slavery. Or the whole Auschwitz. Oh yeah, you have no idea. My Jewish family. There's nobody going after Jews anymore. But everybody likes to play the victim, right? They're part of that. Oh look, another one. $7. Crispy pork gang oyster bar. $7.50 for 5 miles. Nah. Anyways, people become so self-centered in their own little world that they think that person who wears all the fancy clothing is closer to God. No, they're not. Nobody's closer to God than you. You are closer to God. Put yourself there. The communication with God is you and God. Period. There's no middleman. But the doctrine says otherwise, right? If you have been indoctrinated into believing that you have to go to church in order to be with God, then keep doing it. I don't want to fucking piss on your parade and tell you it's raining. Keep doing what you're doing. If it works for you, keep doing it. I'm not Catholic, so I can't tell you what not to do or what to do. All I'm telling you is, or all I'm saying is, believe in God, love religion. Just don't think, don't idolize anything. I don't. Don't revere to anybody but God. Not a man. Blasphemy. I'm pretty sure somebody's fucking saying on the other side. Blasphemy. Fucking dude. Somebody said the other day, and I kid you not. Oh, I think you were here. Remember that one guy who had a fucking fit, saying, "How dare you fucking give advice and you have liquor behind you?" I'm like, bitch, I would fuck your mom too right now. Shut the fuck. People are stupid, dude. I'm telling you. I'm not giving life advice. I'm just telling you how I feel about things. My fucking opinion, my points of view. These aren't decrees. I'm not giving you life lessons. No, these are just fucking points of view. Period. Right? These aren't fucking executive order. Let me sign this shit. I said it as an executive order. Everybody should do the same. No. But that's the way some people just get their fucking panties in a bunch and they think I'm about to shatter their world. I'm not here to fucking change anybody. He said John 3:16. There's a there's a meme in Spanish. Juan 3:16, Mateo 3:20, Isaías 4:50, and then on the bottom it says, Pablo, you need to give this much for the bottle. Like, it's not about the book. Everybody's putting the money. Anyway, it sounds better in Spanish. Faltan 15 para la botella. There's a 50. Somebody pitching another 20 for the bottle. Oh, fuck. An hour and 25 minutes, and I haven't been fucking drinking. Dude, it's been fun. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. It is time to go to bed. I mean, I want to stay here longer, but I want to get some rest. I have been thinking about getting up early tomorrow and do my 3 mile jog in the morning because I won't be able to do it in the afternoon. I have not jogged in the morning since I got hit by that fucking car 10 years ago. Is it a phobia that I have? I don't know. Why haven't I done it in the morning? I don't know. Do I do it in the evening? Yes. Have I done it at night? Absolutely. I just haven't done it in the morning, early morning. I got hit at 5:30 in the morning. So I'm thinking about doing it tomorrow. If I do it, I'll tell you all about it. I just I just don't know. Keith, my friend, appreciate it, brother. Oscar, good night, my friend. Robert, I have to go. I have to go visit you, brother. We have to. I have to drink. You do your shrooms? Do you have acid? You said you have acid. You said you have. Keep the fucking acid to yourself. I'll do the drinking. But then again, I want to try that shit. What I want to do it. I want to see the fucking walls cave in. I want to see the walls cave in. Holy fuck! I can only think about Oliver Stone movies. Oliver Stone movies. Those are fucking psychedelic in itself, right? Remember Natural Born Killers? I usually only do a half, and it's still strong as fuck. No, I'll do a quarter. But you're not drinking. Imagine you already get psychedelic, those psychosomatic feelings and dreams and shit. Imagine me drinking and doing that shit. No, no. You know what? Keep it to yourself. I will do the alcohol. I haven't smoked pot in I don't know how long. Do I miss it? No. Do I want to do it? No. Being high on acid made me drink a lot more. Your tolerance disappears. Yeah, I don't want to find out. I don't want to find out. No, thank you. No, thank you. The Heineken man gets deported straight to El Salvador from Las Vegas. Or should I say, tolerance is unlimited? So you're saying it doesn't get you drunk? Is that what you're saying? Or your tolerance just becomes. No, I can't. I can't. I can't believe it. And I don't want to fucking find out either. No, thank you. You don't feel as drunk. Oh, but yeah, I don't want to find out. I like my buzz. I like my buzz. I like my buzz. I like my drinking. I like getting to the point where I can say, hey, you know what? I've had the last beer. I'm gonna go to sleep. And I mean, you see me pass out on your fucking couch, like I'm done. Yeah, we're gonna have to do it again. We're gonna have to do it again. Woo! Hey, my uncle's here for 3 weeks. Maybe we take a drive up to Las Vegas. You never know. You never know. It could be a thing, but it has to be in May. June, my brother's coming. I don't think my brother is doing anything Vegas. Not after we did Vegas in November. Hey, Formula One may become a yearly thing. We did even though we didn't do anything the first time I went. Remember we with you, even though it was cool to be at that one bar that had the speakers and it felt like we were at the fucking speedway. That was pretty fucking cool. The second time, of course, I got tickets. We had access to the Heineken, wherever the fuck we were, the Heineken gazebo or whatever the fuck it's called. Free food and all that bullshit that we got to taste. Mostly garbage, but yeah, there were a few items that I did enjoy, and I should have broadcasted that particular part of getting those little dishes of whatever tacos and waffles and I don't know what else we got, burgers and I don't. That would have been a cool moment. But hey, next time there's always going to be a next time. November, Formula One is coming back. All right, I gotta go. Have a good night, brother. Miss you, brother. I love you, Robert. I gotta go back and see you, brother. Charlie, where's Charlie? Charlie, have a good night, Charlie. Thank you, Rumble. Thank you, YouTube. We had a good crowd today. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's not always as busy, but hey, we kept it sober. 12 days. What? We'll get drunk tonight. Hasta la vista, baby. Oh, trust me, you'll be you will be part of the celebration. I will be going live from Corona, baby.